Welcome back to Coin Sense and Nonsense. Today, we've got a mess. Got silver everywhere. So, gotta clean up, get organized. So, help me out here, or watch me get organized and figure out what the heck, because I've lost track of what I've got here. So yeah, this is like cleanup on aisle 47 or something, AG 47. So didn't really want this, but got it for face value, so why not, right? So let's clean up. A lot of this, I think, was part of my background. I used to have a treasure chest filled with silver, so let me get it organized. I think it's obviously Mercury and Roosevelt dime. Oh, that's not Mercury. I think there's some Mercury. There she is. So let me get them separated out, figure out what's what. Be back. All right, so we got like 76 Roosevelt dimes, and I think anywhere from the 40s to the 60s, 64, of course. So, but it does have, quite a distribution. So we'll put those into a tube. I don't know if I have enough tubes. Wait. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have enough tubage. All right, so we got one tube full. We got some leftovers. I think I've got another tube in my guardhouse box. Yes, I've got a guardhouse box for dimes. But let's see what else we got here. Some Mercs. And then I got another bag with some Mercs. And then a 1916 Barber. And then I did find a stray thrashed Barber. And then this is kind of a weird rosy. More modern. I don't think it's not silver, but don't know if it's an overstrike, post-mint damage, what the heck, but yeah. And here is the guardhouse box. So some found coin roll hunting and some purchased, so kind of organized. I don't know, even got some Canadian. So yeah, these are coin roll ones I found coin roll hunting, which is pretty cool. Right, so we got those put away. And this is another dime that I found on the table here. This is something that is a big part of Coin Sense and Nonsense history. I was going through some pennies I had saved, and I found this dime, and it kind of kicked off, restarted my coin hunting interest, or my coin collecting interest. So pretty awesome to find this and some pennies. Well, I guess before we put away the guardhouse box, I think there's some dimes in here. Not that I sound upset or anything, but so I don't remember what the heck. Wasn't $4.40, that's for sure. So what did I pay? $1.50. Way back, 78 dimes. I thought maybe you'd want to see them before I put them into the tube or hear them. So, and there were some rosies mixed in there as well, but still cool. So I'm running low on tubes, and this will mess up my previous organization. I think I had like 1950s or something in here, but I'll have to go through and reorganize some other day here. We're just filling up. So that'll do it for the dimes. All right, now that we got the dimes out of the way, let's unbag this stuff here and see what we got. And yeah. let's get this out of the way here. We got a... So this is a proof set, obviously, and 1963. So it's the year I came into this earth, onto this earth, whatever. And I love these canoe dollars. Canoe. And whoops, flipped it the wrong way, but there's young Liz. Long neck Liz, they call that one. Very cool. I didn't pay that. All right, we're a little unbagged here. We got a bunch of quarters. Came from this bag. I don't know if I paid $3.50 and if there's 18 here. So there are 18 there, and then I don't know what this was, but we got it. I don't think I needed that for my book, but I'll check. I added the other 2 quarters there, so we got our quarter guardhouse box out. Not quite as full as some of the other boxes. The dimes, I've got a little more. These I found coin roll hunting, and quarters are harder to come by, silver quarters. And then here's the 20 that we just harvested from the table. So it turns out I do need this 1947 for my book. So we'll put that in. Go. And before we get into the $half, I think there are some other quarters over here. We got some Canadians, 1952, and that is, I believe, George the Fourth, and we got Liz. And this one is, what, 1959. So I do have a Canadian quarter book going. Let's see what we can do. So in the book with the 1959, I've already got a better one. So, and then for the 1952, we got to go to volume 2. And I don't have anything in volume 2. It's a brand new. So let's christen this sucker and put in that 1952. I guess I have to know, is it high relief or low relief? Don't know. Maybe it's high relief. It looks like his snout is sticking out a little bit. So for now, I'm going to stick it in the high relief slot. So I did a little online search, and I think it is high relief. So like I say, for now, we'll put it here. And if anyone knows differently, please let me know. Before we move on to the halves, I did find one more quarter laying around here. So I think this is a barber. I don't think I paid 15, but maybe I did. It's all jacked up though. So and almost slick. 1893 with a crease, and it's an O, New Orleans. Right, now it's time for $half. We got those. We got all kinds of stuff here. So let's see if we can get organized. Civil War tokens? I don't think so. These are Philippine coins. So just like the dimes and quarters, I do have a guardhouse box for $half. This looks like a mix of 40% and 90s. We got to fix that. All right, so these 40%ers were likely all found coin roll hunting. I don't buy 40%ers typically. I did buy these few. Right, I separated the 40%ers out, and I did have this out also. This is my 1970s that I found coin roll hunting. I think it's even got a bicentennial silver. And I'm pretty proud of this guardhouse box of $half. Even though a lot of it is 40%ers, These are all face value. And there are some good ones in here. These are the 90%ers, even a cool tape-toned. So, yeah. So it did well, getting halves from the bank, but those days are over. My bank shut me down, so I can't really get boxes of halves anymore. So I had 2 piles of halves from this endeavor. These, I know, were from coin roll hunting. They just got put aside and never got integrated. And these I purchased against my will. So the ones that I bought, I'll put in a separate tube, and I'll put that in a different box. One 1965 we can add to that one. 66, number 3. 1967, number 7. 1968, number 5. And 1969, number 3. And then I've got another guardhouse box of $50, and these are all silver. These are coin roll hunting finds, like proofs and commemoratives, so they're not really silver, but they're in the box. But yeah, we've got Walkers, Frankies, and Kennedys. So I think these were part of my treasure chest. All Frankies. And we can fit a few more, maybe. I've got a little pile of barbers here, believe it or not. So I've got some doubles in my album. There's a nice hair. That's always fun. But yeah, so barbers for the tube. And these look like halves. Well, they are halves, but they're commemoratives. Look at that. So these are all the Monroe Doctrine. Got 4 of these. Actually, I've got 5, but one's in better condition and set aside in a holder. So I'll put these guys in their own tube. Another half, but I think I'll leave it in the capsule for now. So 1828, and this one is awesome. That's a capped bust $50. So this thing, I think I'm gonna take that out. This does me no good here. This isn't, I don't think that's real silver. So let me bust that out. Didn't want to jack it up more than it already is. I think it is kind of messed up, but what the heck? So I'll put that in our tube of 64s. And now we got these 40, I guess, at 725, and probably negotiated it down a little a little more. This seems like it's a hodgepodge, all 64s, some Frankies, and some Walkers. And what's the best part about collecting these things? Love the sound. All right, out of that bag, we only had 3 Kennedys, so that is cool. We can top off that one. Whoops. And then we got Franklin's. Walkers. Boy, I'm dropping everything. coming down the home stretch here with the mess, and forgot about this. Halves, busted that one out of the 3x3 or whatever, 2x2. So decent quality, but I think it's got to come out of here. Pop the top on that sucker, and it's nice, but not that nice. Got a little gouge there on the cheek. So put this one into a guardhouse box as well, I think. We could put it in our album, I guess. So that's probably too much to go into for this video, but yeah, I got a lot of coins from the Philippines. And some nicer ones, some not so nicer, not so nicer ones. And what else do we have here? We got a 1 ounce, and this is, I think, a Egyptian, kind of just a 1 ounce Egyptian round, or whatever you want to call this. Got this back in the maybe 2018 or something like that. So kind of cool. It's got some Geiger bars in there. We got some 1 ounce Geigers. So got a long way to go to fill this one up, but I had started this and set it aside and forgot about it. And we got some silver rounds here. These are, I think, what, 1/2 ounce? Or are these quart? Yeah, these are 1/2 ounce. Just a couple of the 1/4 ounce, but those are cool as well. Got a Christmas silver round here. Merry Christmas. Hello. There she is. From Niue 2022. Don't know why it's out, but put that in with our silver stack. And then we got a Libertad 1/2 ounce, and normally I don't dip numismatic coins, but might have to do a little dipski on this one. It's looking a little worse for wear, but happy to have that one. And we got this one, Oh Holy Night. Now we got something here, I don't know if it was a pendant or what, but this is a Francais 1937, and it is a 20 cent. Speaking of 20 cents, shout out to CCT, Cyber Curtain Twitcher. A while back, he did a thing about chop-marked coins, mostly like trade dollars, but this is a 20 cent piece with a chop mark. So I bought this as a damaged coin, but I knew that was a chop mark and was happy to have it. I do have an 1875 trade dollar with chop marks, and so this one makes it a set. Here's one more Frankie I forgot about. So 1961, I think I need to bust this out. Probably got it just for a little over face, so I don't think it's a nice condition one. Let's just put that one in the tube. Actually, it's not too bad. So we will put that in the book along with our 63. And then you might have noticed we have some Morgan dollars. So 1889. This one is no mint mark. And then 1879, also a Philadelphia. And then a few piece dollars. 1923, 26, and 22. And then one in the holder here. I don't know. 1921, not really into the, woof, that looks like PVC damage, so not even gonna take that one out of the flip. We'll do a dip and see if we can get rid of the mean green. And what else do we have here? This is also maybe a Philippine coin, 1885. And let's take it out of here. We've got a pillar dollar or pillar 50 cent something. And this one is neat. Pretty nice condition, actually. So 1885, and this is a 50, like a half a peso, essentially. And 1885, Alfonso the 12th. Maybe I should put this for grading. It seems nice. And so edge lettering. Let's find out some more about this on Numista. We got a 3 cent, and this one, I don't know where I got it. It's damaged, but 1865 Civil War year, 3 cent silver. And this was an interesting pickup. I don't know what I was thinking, so I got a 14 karat gold bezel, and this is something from the Atocha. It was found by Mel Fisher. So let's bust it out, see what we got. So this is, I don't know what, but it's pretty cool. So 14 karat gold bezel and a coin from a shipwreck from 1622. There's the details. We're almost done here. What do we got? So another Spanish coin, I think. So let's take it out of here. 1884. I was wrong. It's 1881. So that is neat. And then lastly, we got these and more Philippine coins. So happy to have those. So we're cleaned up. We're organized. Thank you so much for watching Coinsense and Nonsense. And until next time, bye. Bye.